Hello, it's Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors. Today we're going to look at the Vortex Viper red dot and do a little comparison with the Vortex Venom red dot. The Viper and the Venom, I think the Viper was made first. This Viper has a 5 MOA dot where this Venom has a 3 MOA dot. So looking at them, I've been shooting the Venom, it's mine. I've been shooting it for a long time. Really the only time that I can tell a difference in shooting these two is if I'm at distance. The Viper with the 5 MOA, the dot gets bigger on the target than the Venom does. So that's the difference in the MOA dots. Other than that, not really a huge difference in them. We'll get over here and talk about the Viper first. The Viper seems to be, they're about the same size, but the Viper to me feels bigger when I'm looking at it, and maybe because it's these shrouds come back more, and it don't look like the screen is as wide in the Viper as it does in the Venom. I might be exaggerating that, it might be just me, but it looks like the Venom is a little bit wider screen, which I like. Another thing, the controls on the Venom are really low profile. You're not going to bump them by accident very easily, where the controls on the Viper, they do stick out, and it would be easy to accidentally bump these controls. The other thing is, the Viper, you have to take the sight off the gun to change the battery out, where the Venom, the battery sits on top, which I really like, easy to change out without taking it off the gun. So that's the key differences in them. But like I said, shooting them, it's hard to tell any difference in them at all unless you get back in distance, and that Viper dot gets a little bit bigger. Some people like the 5 MOA dot better than the 3 MOA dot. It's just a matter of preference, if you ask me. As far as sighting them in, they have the same elevation and windage adjustments on both of them. They're very easy to sight in. Battery life on them is very good, and both of them are very tough lights. Both of these, very tough optics. Both of these have been on the ground plenty of times, racked off the belt, off the holster plenty of times. You can see both of them is a little scarred up from one-handed manipulations, being dropped on the ground, all that stuff. We do not baby our firearms, so if we've got something on here, it's got to withstand a lot of abuse. So and both of these have done that very well. I don't know what the battery life is on these. I can't remember, but it's a long time, because these lights, both of these have been left on. When I carry this gun, I turn it on. When I put it in my holster, leave it on all day. Now, I don't have the specs on the Viper, so I don't know a lot about it. I've just been shooting with it today. I've been adjusting the dot manually myself to whatever I'm shooting to see the dot, make it brighter or dimmer. With the Venom, the way I've got it set up is it self-adjusts, so I don't have to ever touch it. If it's dark and I hit that light, it will instantly adjust to where the dot is, where the brightness that it needs to be. So I do like that, and I'm pretty sure the Viper will do that too. I just, like I said, I don't have a book, so I hadn't took the time to fool with it to find out how to do it. So that's the real quick differences between the Vortex Viper and the Vortex Venom. Again, I'm very, very pleased with Vortex products. For their price point, I don't think you can beat them with anything out there. On my ARs, I have 2 ARs with the Vortex Spark 2 on it, and they've held up tremendously well. Battery life is great on those also. And on this pistol, I've had the Vortex Venom. And the buddy of mine, he's a law enforcement officer, he's a deputy sheriff, and this is his backup gun actually, and he carries that Viper, and I know he hasn't had any trouble with it. One more big difference on this Vortex Viper than on the Vortex Venom. When you make your adjustments to your windage and elevation, I don't know if you can see it on this gun, but between the sight, the rear sight, and the back of the sight, there are lock screws that you have to unloosen to be able to adjust the windage and elevation. So and those screws are locked down right now, so in order for me to adjust it, I would have to take the sight off, loosen the lock screws, and then adjust the windage and elevation. So that is another difference between the Viper and the Venom. The Venom you can adjust while it's on the gun, but I don't know why they put those lock screws on there, because that's going to be aggravating to adjust to sight your red dot in while it's on the gun if you have those screws locked down. And there must be a reason they need locked down, or they wouldn't be on there. So that was just another difference between the Vortex Viper and the Vortex Venom. Again, the Viper has the lock screws, the Venom does not. So don't know what else to say about them. I'm going to put some shooting on this video. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the section below. I'll be sure and get back to you. And check out the bottom for a discount on crossbreed holsters and belts. The code will be down there. And thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors, reminding you to be safe and always be ready.